Hello, welcome to the Strategies in Light Google Hangout. My name is Shum, and I'm the lead conference co-chair for the conference. So today, with me are two of my other co-chairs, Philip Smallwood and James Highgate. We're here to tell you about the SIL and LED show next February in Las Vegas. Before I start, I want to let you know that you can ask us questions anytime by going to the right side of your screen and just in Google Plus, type in your questions and we'll answer them. Just to make sure you stay to the end, we have a promotion code we will give you at the end of this Hangout, and you can enter it to get a possibility of a $50 Visa card. So, this conference, the theme is Power of Illumination. And we're covering the whole ecosystem of the LED and LED lighting industry. You may or may not know that United Nations has designated 2015 as the International Year of Light. And the three inventors of the blue LED have just received the Nobel Prize for Physics. So I think our time has come. For our conference, we have lined up about 100 speakers, some of them rock stars of the industry, to give you the latest and greatest, the bleeding edge of our conference, of this industry. We have 2 plenary sessions, 4 tracks: smart lighting, advanced lighting, technology, market and applications, and a lighting track, which is the LED show. We have an investor forum with 12 companies presenting and 6 panelists, and we have 7 workshops. So it's a very rich conference waiting for you. So traditionally, Strategies Unlimited, our market research arm, has always opened the conference. So let me pass it to Philip Smallwood, who's the director of Strategies Unlimited, to tell us what they're going to show us in February. Philip.
Yeah, thanks, Ella. So thanks for the introduction. And yeah, Ella's right. We are presenting, Strategies Unlimited will be presenting at Strategies in Light this year. And basically what we were presenting is our latest research on the lamps and luminaire market. We've expanded our research to cover all technologies, including LED. And the reason we've done this is to get a better understanding of how LEDs will be penetrating the market by understanding what's installed out there to begin with. So we're very excited to show our forecast for the lamps and luminaire market, present some preliminary data that we have on smart lighting, and then also present the overall packaged LED market, which will be presented by Stephanie Pruitt, our newest senior analyst to the group as well. So we do look forward to seeing you there, and I am excited to be speaking at the conference as well. Ella, I hear you caught 4 Tiger speakers for your plenary as well, huh?
Yeah, we internally, every time I get a keynote speaker from the outside, I call it catching a tiger. So this year I got 4 big tigers. And let me tell you about them. The first one is Jay Bharadwaj, who is the CTO of Philips Luminet, and his talk is going to be called LED Innovation, What Does the Future Hold? In the era of kilo lumens per dollar, which I'm sure we're not used to talking about, what technology advances remain viable for the future? Is it substrate? Is it the chips? Is it the packaging? Is it phosphor? Is it optics? Jay will go through all those and kind of assess and tell us what he thinks about them. The second big tiger I caught is Tony Shakib, who's the Vice President of IoT, Internet of Things, at Cisco. As you know, Cisco is not a usual company who come to SIL. But I think this is a year where networking and lighting is going to get married. So Cisco is here as our keynote, and Tony's bringing all his top lieutenants to come and attend to learn about our industry too. His talk is going to be called The Chaotic World of Smart Lighting. As you know, in this world of smart lighting, we have many proprietary standards, unclear protocols, and people don't usually think about interoperability. So Tony will inject a dose of reality to what the current situation is from his point of view, and also his vision of what smart lighting will be in the world of IoT in the next 5 years. The third tiger is Troy Hsu. He's the CTO of San'an. Now, some of you may not have heard of San'an. San'an is the largest LED chip maker in China with about 34% market share. Last year, their business was about $750 million US. Troy's talk is going to be the meteoric rise of the Chinese LED market. The Chinese LED lighting market will grow about 50% to $50 billion in 2014. Now, I know Philip may not agree with that number, but that's what the Chinese are telling us. And the chip market is about $2.3 billion, and mostly domestic chips. So Troy is coming from Sana and sits on top of this, and I hope he can tell us and explain what is going on, why is this huge growth, and where is it going in the next 5 years. The last tiger is Ben Davis. He's the founder and CEO of Illuminate the Arts. Now, you may have heard of the Bay Lights project by the famous artist Leo Valerian. This is a huge LED light sculpture on the Bay Bridge in the San Francisco Bay. It is on for 2 years, so actually right now it's going to be turned off by March in 2015. So if you want to see it, come see it soon. Ben Davis is the visionary behind this project, and he wants to share his view of the power of light, which is the title of this talk, in art and society. More importantly, he'll tell us another enormous LED public art project that he's working on, and by February he can share with us. So this is the plenary session. Now, we're going to talk about the 4 tracks. So we have a new track this year. It's a very exciting track on smart lighting, and Philip is heading it. So Philip, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, thanks, Ella. And you're absolutely right. We are extremely excited about what's happening with the smart lighting track. And this is a new track to SIL because this really is a new topic within lighting and LED. And it is the future of lighting as I see it, and as I think as many see it, people see it as well. So we all know that LEDs, when they penetrated the market, we all knew that they were going to be something special. And they have been something special. They're a new technology that has completely changed the dynamic within the lighting industry. And while the penetration is still low right now, everyone or most people do expect LED technologies or solid-state lighting technologies to really penetrate the total lighting market in the coming decade. But when you really think about what LEDs bring to the table, they're more the evolutionary part of lighting. And what I mean by this is they are a new technology, but they're a new technology that's being used to illuminate areas in the same way or a very similar way that lighting was used in the past. And so in that sense, the move from incandescent or from fire to incandescent to fluorescent, LED was that evolution in technology. What we're really interested in with LEDs that makes them very, very interesting is the revolutionary part of what LEDs and solid-state lighting can bring to the market. And what I mean to this is not just the LEDs themselves, but the ancillary markets and the ancillary technologies and products that LEDs are bringing to the lighting market that are really revolutionizing the enterprises and the markets themselves. So what we've seen is that connected lighting is one of these ancillary products and ancillary markets that's coming about because of the introduction of LEDs. And so what we're really going to go over in this track is go over through the actual connected markets themselves, the different networking systems for indoor, outdoor, and other professional applications. We're going to go over some of the new lighting luminaire technologies and how they're connecting. And then also we'll go through some of the lamp products that are coming onto the market. And these are, of course, light bulbs. And how they will affect the residential sector. Another thing with LEDs is that we can do is we can actually control the light in a different way that we couldn't in the past. So this is actually molding the light and to really understand how it affects the environment we live in, and how it affects us as well, our mood, our productivity, and just our overall well-being. So this is another part of smart lighting that LEDs is really revolutionizing as well. Speakers for this track will include Neil Joseph, who is the CEO of Stack Lighting, and Danny Yu, who is the CEO of Daintree Networks. And so, like Ella said, we are very excited about smart lighting and what it brings to SIL.
Thank you, Philip. Wow, I can't wait to come to the track. Well, this is the first year the SIL and LED Show are co-locating. So we would love to welcome LED Show, and we call it the lighting track. So James, what do you have in store for us?
Oh, thank you, Ella. The LED show portion of this conference highlights more than ever for the conventioneer. Several of our speakers, or lions, or panthers, or cougars, whatever we've caught, are CEOs within their organization. And I'm happy to say we have the best of the best for the 2015 show. We have Brian Patterson, the president of eMerge Alliance, talking about the DC or the other types of connections. We have Todd Fierro, a CEO of Heliux Flexible LED Lighting. We have GE, Zaga, and a really cool startup from Atif Noon of Emberlight on how to kickstart an idea into reality. And there's a lot of talks this year about color quality, color in itself, and the process. And I know the design community will be impressed with our lineup. There's a plane going on, excuse me. And I'll just pause for a second. Sorry about that. I think if you can hear me okay, I'll just keep going. I admit, even to Philip, that I'm changing my tune about OLED products, and so much that I've invited Dennis McCarthy to expound on his version of the other emitting diode source. So, Ella, do you have any more info on advanced technology?
Yeah, I'm in charge of the advanced technology track, and this time we're looking at the frontier of all the technology that affects our luminaires, and also from the chips onwards to luminaires. The first hot topic is the CSP, chip scale packaging, and we invited 3 companies who have 3 different approaches to doing CSP: Philips Lumeled, Cree, and Semicon Light. Now, most of you probably don't know Semicon Light. It is a subsidiary of Lumen, one of the largest packaging companies in Korea, and Lumen supplies to Samsung. So it would be interesting to see, get a peek of what's going on in that part of the world. Lumen Maintenance has always been a hot topic in our industry, and Nichia, who is the king of that area, is going to come and talk to us about Lumen Maintenance. There's also the world coming to 1 billion nits, the challenges in using high luminance LED. Kevin Leitford of Acuity brand, he's going to talk about how luminaire design is affected by these billion nits coming down the road. Now, AC LEDs, we actually once upon a time thought it's not going to take off quickly, but it has taken off quickly. So we invited James Butteris of Hubble Lighting. He's going to talk about demystifying AC LED and the control circuits, which a lot of people have issues with. Other hot topics include deep UV LED, which is not a very big market right now, but expected to explode in 5 years. And Visible Communication, which is a company in Japan who set a world record in visible light communications outdoors at 42 kilometers. And we have quantum data and, again, power electronics for lighting. So we look forward to telling you all about this. And the last track is market and application track. Philip?
Sure, thanks, Ella. So the market and applications track is really designed to explore the wide variety of ways that LED technology is being used today in lighting products and applications. It also aims to understand the future development of the solid-state lighting market by assessing the challenges to market growth as well as possible solutions to overcoming the challenges that we're facing today. This track will really focus on emerging applications that have not been well served by incumbent technologies and the luminaires that are associated with those. We're really going to delve deeply into issues of energy efficiency, lighting quality, and cost effectiveness to get a really true understanding of which markets LEDs will be penetrating to on a large scale in the future. Speakers for this track would include James Broderick from the DOE and Jed Dorsheimer, who is the Director of Equity Research at Canaccord Genuity.
Great, thanks, Philip. Now, we've always had workshop on the first day of our conference, and it has been well attended. Most of the rooms are always packed full. So this year we're going to have 7 workshops. And so let's break it up and have Philip tell us about 2 of them.
Okay, so thanks, Ella. The first workshop that we're going to go over is the drivers workshop, which is actually a mainstream workshop that is, I would say, required reading for anybody who's working with LEDs. So Michael Poplowski of Pacific Northwest National Laboratory, he'll cover this very important topic. As you know, drivers are key to the performance and lifetime of LED lighting systems. So the main goal of this workshop is to expose lighting designers to the features and performance of variations of different drivers that are on the market today. By doing so, they should have a better understanding of what they're making, how they're making it, and actually the effects it will have on their ultimate products as well. So I think this is a very important topic. The second workshop we're dealing with is the Human-Centric Lighting workshop, which delves a little more deeply into the smart lighting topic that I brought up about lighting affecting the environment. So human-centric lighting is based on the controllability and tunability of LED lighting to not only play with the light, but also influence the impact and mood of the people that it is illuminating. It can also have effects on productivity and just the overall wellness of the general population. It is really expected that in 5 years, human-centric lighting will be a mainstream topic that most people will know about. So it really does behoove attendees to these workshops to get a better understanding of human-centric lighting so that they can really promote it or actually work with it in the future when everybody is talking about it. Speakers will include Doug Steele, the CSO of Photokinetics, John Huang, who is the Executive Director of Human-Centric Lighting org, and Bob Karlichek, who is the Director of Smart Lighting Research at Centric RPI.
Thanks, Philip. Hey, James, you got some workshops too. What do you have?
Right, I'm working with Workshop 3 and 7. Workshop 3 is certifying products with Carl Bloomfield of the Global Business Director at Intertech, and he'll give a real-world experience and guidelines. The workshop will span from basic certification, Energy Star, Design Light Consortium, lighting facts, etc., going through best practices and tips to avoid common mistakes along the way. Special guests throughout the day will also be presenting with him on that same topic. And a little out of order, we've got Workshop 7, Future View, and Gina Lee from American Illumination will offer her expertise on LED engines and light engines, working with an OEM on building a fixture. As lighting with LED gets more specific and customized, it may be necessary for some manufacturers or designers to use a module approach. And I see this path as a more common way for finished goods and is growing in popularity. She'll also have a few guest speakers within her section. Later on in that day, we'll have Don McDougall of Solid State Capital Services. He'll update us on incentives and tax laws for the year 2015. He presents a pretty compelling case for zero or minimum capital expense to use LED lighting on a project, and overall a really smart group with topical topics.
Great.
That's 3 and 7.
Yeah. So, Philip, there are 3 more workshops. Go through them quickly for us.
Yeah, so we have workshop number 4, which is called Standards. And this workshop will go over the ever-changing world of standards for LED and SSL lighting, which I'm sure a lot of you know. The speakers will focus on work being carried out by ANSI, IESNA, IEEE, UL, NEMA, and of course the EPA, amongst others, with an ultimate goal of clarifying what exactly is going on in this arena. The second part of the workshop will focus on the standardized methods of measurement for LED package and LED lighting systems, which is very important for any designers to understand. Speakers will include Jiangzhou Jiao, who is the Director of Regulations and Emerging Technologies at Osram Opto. Workshop number 5, which is the Outdoor Lighting Control System Fundamentals, is actually very important as the way I see the market, because we are seeing that there's a huge interest in not only LEDs being installed in outdoor applications, but how to connect and interconnect these LED systems as well. This workshop will provide attendees with a full understanding of the capabilities of market-available outdoor lighting control systems that are on the market today, so that anyone who's looking to install these systems will have a better understanding of how they work, how they can be upgraded, and how they will work in the future as well. Dave Cavalcanti of Philips, Mark Wilbur of GE, and Michael Poplowski of PNNL will be presenting in this workshop. And then workshop number 6 is the Lifetime and Reliability workshop, which is actually, it will deal with of how replacement bulbs and lamps and light fixtures, how the lifetime and reliability is actually changing for these systems, and what the introduction of LED and solid-state lighting systems has meant for that. As an example, products introduced by a number of luminaire manufacturers today have shown that a conservatively built and designed LED-based luminaire system can have a long life and have a warranty of 10 years. But at the same time, a different manufacturer could use the same exact LED to build a luminaire that looks and performs basically identically, but only runs for 2 years. So if you don't need a long life system, are you overpaying for the conservatively designed ones? And if you do need a long life, how can you avoid these look-alike products that are penetrating the market on a large scale as well? So this really does give a good understanding of what the minutiae are within these systems, and how to avoid the ones that you're not looking for.
Great, thanks, Philip. And I'm in charge of the Investor Forum, and it's the Dragon Layer format where 12 private companies will present to 6 panelists, bankers, VCs, and corporate investors, to about their company. They're not fundraising, but they're talking about their company and technology. And the panelists are there to ask questions. And basically, it's the questions that you might have asking, or you want to ask the bleeding edge companies. There are two keynotes for the Investor Forum. And the first one is Conrad Jarouche of Passport Capital. And any entrepreneur will love this topic. It's called Squeezing Blood Out of Stone, Investing in LED and SSL Companies. Conrad is very used to investing in both public and private companies in our sector, and he's going to give us some tips on how to trying to get money from the VCs. The second keynote is Dan Cohen from Canaccord Genuity, and he gives this every year, the valuation and transaction trends in the past year in our sector. So this wraps up all the content for Strategies and Light. So any questions, please feel free to type it on the right-hand side. And our website is live. Please go and register. The early bird will give you a good discount. And we have a promo code for you sitting through this whole Google Hangout. It's called Hangout, Hangout. Hangout. And if you register with this promo code, you get to be entered into a $50 Visa gift card drawing. So thank you. Any questions, any comments from my co-chairs? No?
No, I can't wait to attend the conference either. So it ought to be a good show this year.
Yeah, I'm very excited as well.
Great. So see you in Vegas. Bye.
Bye.